Hello, I'm Curator Kitty, also known as Megan. Today we're going to be doing a live stream again. I know I told you guys I would do twice a week, so we're trying to do Fridays and Tuesdays. Since I already do my podcast, which I host with my husband, my partner, called The Night Owl Chicago. I usually try to do those streams or recordings with him around 7 or 8 p.m. So I'm going to check real quick and make sure that you guys can hear me. All right. So the audio is good. So what I usually do on Fridays is I host a podcast with my partner and my co-host Matthew. We started it last year during the quarantine because we wanted to be able to have something to do, and I thought we always used to go out to these parties and afters, and we used to go to Smart Bar all the time, and we would talk to our friends. We would talk to people about interesting topics, and I run with very like-minded individuals that also have different ways of thinking and different ways of healing others, and different lifestyles. But we all would hang out and we'd talk about topics that were fun, petty, serious. All of the above. So when we started the podcast, it was kind of us continuing that with each other. So on Fridays when I stream, it'll probably be at night. And then I feel like Tuesdays, I can start doing early evening, like late afternoon, because I feel like people are just getting off work. So if you're not watching it live right now, you can watch it when you get home. And on the little ticker here, where's the little ticker? Right here, it says subscribe to my YouTube. So I am on YouTube. My music is on YouTube as well, because I did upload music this summer on DistroKid. So there's Curator Kitty Music, and then there's Curator Kitty, which is a picture of me, or the little kitty up here, if you guys see the little kitty avatar. So it's either one of those two. It's either a picture of me in black and white, or it's the avatar. And that's my YouTube channel that I put my live streams on, my photos, memes, whatever I think is interesting. Mostly my music, my work, because I don't like to keep it, I like to keep it kind of clean. But yeah, so we're going to do Fridays and Tuesdays. If not, we'll do Sundays and Tuesdays. But yeah, twice a week. And I don't know if you guys see, but I dyed my dreads red. I used a conditioner that is like pigmented, which I really love, because I don't like to really put color on my hair anymore. I've kind of gone the natural route. I've done everything under the sun with my hair. I used to do hair for 10 years. So I just wanted to do something different. I think the red kind of brings out my skin, and I was bored, you guys. But I used a pigmented conditioner. I did not use peroxide or anything. So I know that the last stream that we did, we were working on a project that was part of not an old track that I did, but it was from another original production. And I remember telling you guys that I talked to my producer. He listened to some of my songs, and he thought the very end of that track was like the best part. Not that it wasn't good, but he kind of liked it. So I feel like, deep house and house music are always really, easy to play in a way where it's like people will like it. It's not that it's easy to put together for everyone, but I think it's easy to hear, easy to listen to, makes you feel good, even if you're like an industrial guy or girl or in between. I remember going to a bar that I am thinking about maybe playing at after the new year. So I'm trying to put feelers out. So I'm trying to go to places that I've been to as a customer. So I went to this bar that I've gone to, up until I think 2018. And I talked to the lead DJ there, and he's really into goth, punk, rock and roll, metal, industrial. That's kind of what that's what he does. That's what he likes to play. For me, obviously, he was like, well, what do you do? Like, what do you like to play? What is your go-to? And I said, well, my go-to feel good shit is deep house. I do love funk, soul. I like anything that has like a heartbeat. But I thought it was great that he was like oh my gosh, if you play house, like I love house, I think that I'll really enjoy that. The people here will really enjoy that. The people that go to that bar are all different types of people, but just by looking at them, you wouldn't think that they would like the music that I like. And you can't really put that on strangers because you don't know them. So that would be kind of cool to be able to play and showcase my work and still be myself, which is great. But I can play industrial music. I can do synth. I know that for Halloween, I did play a Halloween party before the week before Halloween, and I did do some remixed music, which is really hard to remix. I think for me, like taking something that's already there and then like remixing it. But I was just using Ableton, so I wasn't really learning how to do the splicing and cutting and replacing of other things to make it sound like a remix. So we're not going to do that today. I think we're going to wait until after New Year's to start doing remixing because I still want to get my controller so that I can use Serato and have you guys look at Serato, which is really a really cool software that I got. I do have Record Box, but Serato is really cool because I can. It's compatible with any Serato CDJ and DDJ. And once I get my controller, actually, I think I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look online right now and show you guys what I'm talking about because I like to go on Sweetwater for if I think it's better to go on a website if you're going to get a computer or if you're going to get a camera or something like that where you want to have a warranty, you want to make sure that it's working, you have all the working parts, there's nothing missing. Amazon's okay. I just think it's a little, for me, it's a little, it just makes me anxious. I think going on a website where they're certified, they have, that's what they do. They're run by people that do make or create or use those types of technologies. I think it's good to go on reputable websites. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about so you can see it. Okay, here we go. Here's Sweetwater. Okay, so here's Sweetwater. So this is a website that is basically you can get like any type of equipment for your sound, for your music making passion. And so that's not water, you guys. That's tequila and water. Sorry. Happy Tuesday. So what I'm looking for is to get a controller, right? So there's DJ equipment, right? So if I go under DJ equipment, I already have a MIDI controller, which is a small one. It's actually by Playtronica. It's that touch one. So I don't need that. There's mixers. And actually, I did know the difference between a mixer and a controller even before I started doing music, because when I would go to DJ events or even events where they had live music or bands, I was always curious about the behind the scenes stuff. I always like to look around the venue and see people that were working rather than the people that were there. And I always saw that, the sound people were using mixers, and that was to make sure that everyone sounded good and there's no interference, and especially if you had someone singing and someone playing instruments. And when I was at this other venue the other day, I was volunteering my photography or videography skills for this event. I saw that they had plenty of gear back there as well. And this one guy, he came with the band that was there, and he had an iPad. So he was using his mixing software on an iPad that was, I guess, Bluetoothed to the music that they were using, because they were using electric guitars and, electric, everything that had wires. I guess everything they were using had a Bluetooth. And he was just it was just like a digital mixer is what he was using on an iPad. Now I'm done doing that. I'm done using... I just want to stop using stuff that I can't touch with my hands. Touching a piece of equipment is just it's heaven for me. Just touching the bar, touching those little knobs and just everything, all those little things that they have on these hard mixers and controllers. I want one. I like I said, I'm lazy, guys, but I'm also super busy, so I did not get new wires for my Akai keyboard yet, but I will. And once I do that, I will raise the camera so you guys can watch me play. And I can actually start playing on the MIDI part of Ableton. Because, Ableton has that MIDI part on there where you can use your controller. So right now we're going to look at controllers. And I know that the one that I want, but I'm just going to like see. Okay, so I can show you guys. It's probably already coming up. So I think this is the one I wanted. This is I talked to a few people that already DJ, and they were like, "Well, this is a good starter one for someone who's learning." I mean, I'm not saying this is for beginners, but this is a good one for beginners if you want to learn how to use turntables, if you will. And this is a record box one. Now, when I got record box, I was looking at this one. This is the one I was looking at. I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Look at it. It has all the stuff, all the working parts that you could use. It has 2 channels in there. It's not huge. I think they even have here's a 360 of it. And then they have these videos on how to use it, which is really cool. So I think these are like the input and output, and that's the USB, the universal USB. So, and then they have videos, so they show you how to use it, which is great. That's why I like Sweetwater, because they actually have, I mean, I know Amazon does that too, and YouTube, but, so let's go and look at the one that I wanted. I think it's Serato DDJ. Let's see if I think it's either CDJ or DDJ. Okay, so here it is. So this one looks a lot like the one I just showed you. It looks it looks almost like the record box one, right? I mean, it literally looks the same. So this is kind of similar. So it has the key lock, it has the beats, the different beat effects. It has the pads in there. If you want to see the pads, it has all the midis, or the mid, lows, and highs, and the filters. And so it has the Q button. It has everything that you ever want. Also, it has videos on how to use it. It's still the same price, so that's good. Says special financing, and then you can do $7 a month. So if you can't afford the whole $249, you can pay $7 a month. Which, honestly, if I had seen this months ago and I wanted to do, if I had seen this in June, I probably would have had it by now. Even with the money that I don't have, I would have still bought it. But, and also the work, the last live stream I told you guys about, where I was going to have a job, that did not work out. So the dog walking job did not work out because I needed to have a full-time car availability. And then the Christmas place did not get back to me, which is fine. I don't really want to stand outside in the cold and work, but that means I don't have a job. So if you guys know anyone that's hiring, I can walk dogs, I can give them medicine, I can clean houses, I can babysit, I can do house chores if you guys need help. I can help you move, I can help you unpack, I can help you pack. Whatever it is, you guys let me know, because I am very thankful that I will be taken care of in Milwaukee, as far as a place to stay, and I'm driving there, so I don't really have to rent a car. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the privilege I do have of living in, having a partner that does pay for most of the bills. But I don't want that to happen anymore. I want to go back to being able to contribute, because when I had a job as, in the salons, working in salons, I made pretty good money. I wasn't happy. So I guess you can say I'm happy, but I'm broke. So hopefully that'll change. So now we're going to get to the good stuff, right? So that was a little bit of the DDJ equipment. I'm going to actually put that link in here in the chat so you guys can see. If you're interested in getting something, I will put that in the chat so you guys can take a look. And then also I'll put my, I think when we're done, I'll put my, podcast link in there, because I did put a new audio, live audio in there. Matthew and I already recorded it, but I recorded it again, and then I put it in Facebook and our YouTube. So this, okay, let me open the project because I know that I saved it as a project. Um, I always, if you guys are using Ableton, always save your projects. Like always double save. If you guys use drop box, even better, because then that way you would have everything saved up, synced up, and you don't have to worry about losing anything. Believe me, when I like the tail end of 2019, I lost a lot of footage from a video shoot that I did, and we had to reshoot some things. But I sat on that guilt for a while until I finally talked to the artist, who was a good friend of mine. She wasn't even mad at me, but I just felt so much guilt because I don't know what had happened with my computer. It just lost all this footage. Not all of it, but a lot of the footage that I really wanted to. I already made a video that we edited and put together, but it was just a rough copy. So we were going to watch the rough copy and then like kind of decide if we wanted to change it up a little bit more. And we couldn't do that. So we had to reshoot some things, but it was fine. So always double save everything, you guys, because if you don't, it's just not going to be fun. Okay, so let's see if I can put this in here. Ableton, come on. All right. All right, so let's see if we can find the projects that we did, because I know that I put it as here, Curator Kitty. I think it was Curator Kitty Deep House track, right? Curator Kitty Deep House track. Oops. Yeah, because I don't think we gave it a name because we didn't know what to call it. Where are you? I don't know if I can find it in here. That's weird. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can find it, because I know I saved it in here. Nope. I can't find it anywhere. If I amplify. Huh. That's so strange. Well, I guess we're going to make a new one then. I guess I'll have to find it somewhere. I can't find the folder. It's not in under my software. I don't know if I deleted that too. I wonder if that got deleted somehow. I don't know how that would have happened, because I don't really delete anything out of my my external. That's weird that I just said that. Now there's like stuff missing. Let's see if I can find this. This was December 2nd, 6:54, 4:28. Let's just open this one. Ah, here we go. 6:04. Okay, let's open up that one. Ah, I know why. Okay. That's why. Okay, I need to take it out of the trash. There we go. I don't know why it was in there. That's weird. All right, so I'm going to open it up. And like I said, I really do love Ableton so far. I'm loving the fact that I can. I'm loving the fact that I can save, that I can color code everything, and then honestly, like when it plays through, it's just fun to be able to like follow it, but then also, be able to like kind of put markers where you want, so you know where to put things. You can cue things in, because like I said, you can use this as a live software. You don't have to just record. You don't have to just put music on here and then save it as a project. You can save it as save it as a wave form. You can save it as a project, and then you just put your controller next to it, or you attach your controller, and then you can just play live with it, which is great. So let's get this party started. I'm gonna have you guys listen to it for a little bit so you guys can rehear everything that we did, because I don't know if you guys remember the last time, but it sounds really good. And yeah, I like it. So this is gonna be, let's see what this is. Okay, so yeah, this is a good one. All right, so let me see. Oh no, this is the one I was doing for, no, this is a different one. Let's see, I don't know why it's not in here. No, this is something that I cannot play for you guys. I'm sorry. Because it's going to be featured on online, so I can't do that. I guess I don't know what happened to that folder, man. Let's just do a new one. Let's just do a whole new project, because I had to find that Ableton folder. I don't know what happened. That's so weird that this is like that this happened. I mean, I'm really concerned that I deleted that folder. I don't know what happened to it. Let's just do a whole new one, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know. That's weird. I don't remember ever going through here, and because what I do is I am external. I have my music, my photo shoots, my podcast, and then I have video. So I have all these different folders for different things. So under music, I have software, and then I have Amplify projects, and I have Ableton, and Ableton's not there. It's Loop Cloud and Amplify. So I don't know if I deleted it. I mean, it kind of sucks because any of the other stuff that I've done in any songs that I want to change in Ableton, I can't go in and change it. That sucks. Huh. Well, it's probably still on my computer. I mean, a copy of it is still there. I can just look under my actual documents instead of my external. But it's just so strange that that it's not there, you know? That the folder's not there. I don't know. I don't remember deleting it. I remember honestly going through and like recording stuff and everything. I remember adding stuff to it, but I don't remember deleting that folder. I must have some weird spirits that are trying to get me or something, because I've had some bad luck this week, like really bad luck. I don't know what's going on with it, but I don't know. I mean, shit happens, I guess. But if I want to go ahead and change anything in some of those projects that I recently made, I won't be able to because they're gone. So that really sucks. If you guys hear a cat, then I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. What, little bean? What, little bean? What? I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's very, when she's not near me for a long time, she gets worried. And I think she was sleeping, so she doesn't know. I have a little black kitty cat named Wednesday. And she's my familiar, so if I'm not in the room with her, she freaks out. All right, so we're going to do, I always do 8 audio tracks. I mean, I don't think I I don't always use that many tracks, but you just never know. All right, so. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. All right, so we're going to do, let's see, I don't know. Maybe we should do like, maybe we can do a funky track. Let's just like fuck around. I might not do as much talking to you guys because I just want to like play some music. So let's see what my mind comes up with, okay? So we're going to look at Loop Cloud. And we're going to see what's good with that. Let's get some Loop Cloud. Let's get some Loop Cloud. Yeah. I love Loop Cloud. All right, so we're getting some Loop Cloud here. Loop Cloud here. Get your Loop Cloud. Get your Loop Cloud here. Let's see. Oh, these are weird. Okay, so I want you guys to be able to see it. Maybe I should go above. Above. Here we go. Okay, this is better. I want you guys to actually see it. Okay, so let's do genres. Let's do disco. Let's start with some disco, baby. Let's start with some drums, baby. All right, we're gonna do some drums here. Let's go. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually use, since this is 8 tracks, I'm going to use I'm going to use probably about 4 of these tracks just to kind of get a base and a way to start it out. So, because I just kind of want to, I don't really want to keep dragging. Sometimes I just don't feel like dragging and dropping. So let's just kind of use Loop Cloud to do that. So then that way I can go in and then put them where I want to put them in Ableton. I find that sometimes that's a little bit more work smarter, not harder type vibe. So we got our drums. So let's play the drums. And then while that plays, you can keep choosing more stuff. Oh, sorry guys. Let's do this. What the hell?
Never knew that love could feel so good. Dear brother, come on, come on, turn me up. Come on, understands music does, yeah, lifts me satisfied. Oh, I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment. I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment. I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment. I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment. I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment. I'm feeling so free, feeling so free in the moment, in the moment.
All right, that sounds dope, dude. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys my Ableton now because then that way you can see. All right, so I think I want to put like a little sound effect in between that because I like that sometimes you can have like the music kind of the beat kind of stop a little bit. So I do like that you can put a little like a little something in there, just I like the melodic tone. This is like sounding really good already. I still really bummed that I lost my folder. I don't know what happened. Luckily, the project that I just submitted to a collective I still have that project, but man, I don't have my folder anymore. I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna have to look for it extensively in this computer. I do not remember deleting it, nor do I have any software that deletes stuff. So now that we have that little gap in between where just the melodic tone, I kind of want to go in with the effects. So I just click. I'm really simple. I just go in and click on kind of what I want to hear. So what I do is I usually like play over that part, and then I go in and play like sound effects to see if it sounds good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Yeah, I forgot to turn all this other stuff off. All right, so I found one. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And I've been unwarping everything too, so that way it's the original from what it was. And that's why I like using Loop Cloud, because whatever you pick in Loop Cloud, whatever the pitch, whatever the BPM, whatever type of genre it is, when you keep adding stuff to each track, it'll automatically adjust to what that default setting is. So in Ableton I have to kind of do that myself, where I have to, especially when I take the warp off, sometimes it leaves these spaces in between the cells and I can't attach them. So when I go in and put them in Ableton, then they're already set. They're already like set for life. I mean, I can change them if I want, but it's like I don't have to go in and fuck around, and it's just less work. I mean, I could put in the work. I have time. I'm alone. But I don't really want to. I just want to drink my tequila and play some music. So we're going to try that out with this. I don't know if I feel like I should make this end part just a little stronger. Just a little louder. Oops. Thank God for Control Z. Okay, so I'm going to put it a little bit louder, just a little bit, just so then that way it builds a little more. And then I think I'm going to move it just a little bit, like right before, right, yeah, like that's probably good. Okay, so let's start from this area. going to make this part a little bit longer. Just a little bit. I just want it to keep going, you know. There we go. Okay, so I'll make, so what is this one at? This is at 438, 438. So this will be like 456. And then 469. Haha, 69. Okay, so we're going to keep it building a little bit up until the drums. All right. That's the great thing about drums. Sometimes you can just kind of like, you can like edit some out and it's still the same beat. I mean, if it's a repetitive beat, you don't have to worry about it like sounding weird. So we'll try and play that one more time. This is just me being OCD. So we'll try one more time. All right, so now what we should do is we should find, okay, so now we're just kind of stuck with the drums. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. New session. So what I do is usually new session. I mean, these always, if you do save, like Loop Cloud does make a folder for you automatically when you create, every time you export something. So you don't have to worry about losing anything. But yeah, so now we have the drums. The drums have kind of continued. And the drums are, if you're curious, are at 120 for the BPM. So, I mean, that's obviously what disco and deep house usually are, anywhere from 120 to 125. And then once it gets faster, it's like tech house, and then drum and bass, and then breakbeat. And, you know, so what I think is, since that synth kind of had more of a darkness to it, I mean, it was high in register, but it seemed it kind of had that like darkness to it. And then when that sound effect was like, building, and then it had kind of a dark like edge to it. So I'm gonna get rid of disco on Loop Cloud, and I'm gonna go in. Let's see. Share this with you guys. You can see. All right. Yeah. See my Loop Cloud. See. All right. Come on, show it. All right, there we go. So let's see what we have on here. So we already have, so let's keep it at melodic. Okay, so since that was like, I don't know, I think either bass or grime would be good because I do like, it's not too fast. I think let's do grime. Uh, I did make a track called Demonic, which was really cool. If you go on my Instagram, it's actually on my, it's on my, it's like, I think it's the first thing I posted. It's the first thing it's the last newest upload on my Instagram. So you guys can hear like a minute. I think I have a couple minutes of it. But it's like, I think it's like probably a 10-minute track or 8-minute, probably 8 or 6 minute track. It's not very long, but it's awesome. I use Amplify actually, but I did use Loop Cloud and Amplify. So Amplify was the platform, and then Loop Cloud was where I got all the sounds and loops. And then I use Amplify to kind of splice the vocals and change it. And so as the track progressed, the vocals got weirder and weirder. So I think and that was trap, hip hop, and grime was what I used for those to make that track. So we're gonna find one more thing in here. I think we'll cut it short today. I probably stream again tonight because it's only 5:30, so maybe we'll do another stream and finish it. But let's just do this right now, and then that'll give me some time to find that goddamn folder. I don't know where it is, but I'm a little worried. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the drums, and then let's see if we can find something that is. Oh, maybe I should make it 120 for the BPM. Because maybe I can actually drag. I wonder if I can drag it right onto the Loop Cloud again. Let's see if I can. No, I can't do that. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can go ahead and find those drums again. I know that they were not very far down, so I can see if I can find them in there. Disco. Let's see where disco is. Oh, here. Disco, drums. No, not bass. Drums. Okay, let's see if I can find them because okay, let's see if I can. It looks like the same. No. See if I can. Oh, here it is, right here. All right, so this is the drum. Are these the drums that I use? Yeah, okay. So these are the drums that I use. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that for one of the tracks, and then I'm gonna go ahead and find a grime melody with it that sounds good. That's why I love Loop Cloud, because you can just like mix and match like all these different loops and stuff and play them together, so it kind of does the work for you. And you can choose if you want a waveform. I always do waveform because that's the best format for your music. It doesn't have any distortion to it. It's the most pure and raw form of music. And then there's also like a point wave. It's like a wave 2 or something, so I think it's like the newest waveform or something. But I use waveform. I like an idiot. I always used to do MP3 because when I made videos, when I did videography and I'd make my music or scores or something, I would just do it as a MP3. But a waveform is better, and then just keep it in your external and not like your iTunes. I know that when I would have MP3s and I would like save my music, it would go to my iTunes, and then I'd have so much room on my iTunes that would just be taken up by music that I didn't want to save on there. So let's go ahead and play this. And also it's great because then on my Ableton I can just put a marker of where I want the music to start, so I can do like, let me just type in grime melodic just to make sure. Okay, so if you guys can see, I'll show you the marker here, what it looks like. So this is the marker. I don't know if you guys can see on here. Okay, so see where that little arrow is right here? I put grime melodic on there so you guys can see that's what I want. That's where I want to start my new melodic tone. So okay, so now we have our drums. We have our drums ready. This is what I used in the beginning. I'm gonna find melodic under genres, so under grime. And like I said, I love mixing and matching genres. I don't do it on purpose. I sometimes I do. Sometimes I do it on purpose, but sometimes I just feel a certain way. The music, I'm making the music, but it's like I'm out of my own body. So like when I'm hearing it, then it's like someone else is making it. So I want to add to it. So it's weird. It's like there's multiple me's that are making this track, which is why sometimes it changes after a minute. Let's see how far I am. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm actually at 5 minutes and I haven't changed it that much. So maybe I'm becoming a square. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just tightening up and polishing, being more polished. So let's do a grime. So we're going to go ahead and play this. Okay, that's fucking dope. Okay, we're gonna add that then. We're gonna add that. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Okay, so we're adding this right now. I'm gonna take away the warp, of course, because you don't want it to. You want to be able to edit it a lot easier without warp on there. So we'll take the warp off. And let's see what the fuck it sounds like. The only thing with warp is that you have to duplicate. So I always do like, I don't know if you guys, what you guys use. I have this like Zag keyboard. So I do Command D, which I think for other computers it would be Control D. So Command D is when you like can multiply or you can just do edit, duplicate or whatever. That's just easier. Okay, so now it's starting out. So we're good. So let's play it from the top and we'll see how it sounds, okay? And I think I'm going to actually fade this in because I don't want it to be too harsh. All right, let's fade it in. Let's go ahead and play it. I'm going to walk away for a second and then you guys can listen to it and I'll be right back, okay? All right.